Welcome to Yoga with Tracy. Today we have a short yin yoga practice. No props are required, but you may like to grab a couple of blocks or substitute with some identical pillows or cushions to help soften some of the postures. And when you're ready, meet me on the mat. Hi, I'm Tracy. Beginning in a seated cross-legged position. Moving your feet forwards until your shins are parallel to the front of the mat. Carefully folding forwards as we create flexion in the spine. Resting on your forearms as you relax the head down towards the floor. If you find your knees are high off the floor, you can place some props under the knees for extra support. For a deeper option, place one ankle over the opposite knee, then the other ankle under the opposite knee. If you do find your top knee is high, then come back into the easier option. Once you're ready, come into stillness and bring your attention to your breath. Long, slow inhalations and long, slow exhalations. Those of you that are new to yin yoga, we work deeply into our bodies with passive, longer held postures. There's no need for effort or trying hard to push your body's limitations. Instead, we relax into the positions and allow gravity to do the work. In today's practice, we'll be holding each posture for around 2 minutes. Throughout today's practice, remember to listen to your body. If you feel any pain or pinching, back out of the posture. In a moment, we will be releasing out of this posture. Make a note of which leg is in front. Slowly, use your hands to push yourself up, leaning back on your hands and slowly straightening your legs out in front of you. Feeling your body start to relax and soften in this counterpose. Breath remaining slow and steady. Allowing your breath to become your anchor throughout this practice. Repeating the square pose on the other side, recrossing the legs, but the opposite leg in front this time. When you're ready, folding forwards. Yin is all about finding your edge. In this first edge, you should feel a sense of tugging, maybe some tightness. After a few moments, the sensation will start to change. A feeling of opening as your body moves deeper into the pose. This is when you've found your second edge. It's okay to make those adjustments, but then coming back into stillness. By avoiding ourselves from fidgeting or moving around, we can release better into the posture as we work deeply into our connective tissues, leading to healthier joints and hydration to the fascia. This first posture is called square, where it gives us the opportunity to increase our hip mobility whilst decompressing the lower back. You may notice your mind starts to wander. Gently redirect your attention right back to the breathing. The slow, deep breath will help you to relax and calm the mind. Use your hands to push yourself up as release out of the posture. Arms behind you and stretching the legs out in front. Let's take a few moments in this lovely counterpose. Maybe bouncing the legs a few times. Rocking the ankles. Let's come to lie on our fronts, moving into a posture called Sphinx. Coming up onto your forearms, move the elbows just ahead of your shoulders, propping yourself up. Feet about hip width apart. You will be feeling a mild compression in the lower back. If too intense, move your elbows forwards so this will lower your chest closer to the floor. Or maybe hands stacked and resting your forehead on top. For those remaining on their forearms, keep these parallel to each other, shoulder width apart. Everyone finding their edge and coming into stillness. Notice the sensations along the spine and lower back as the pelvis is pressed against the mat. Focus on your breath and being still as you try and tune out of any distractions. For the last 30 seconds, bending the knees for a quad stretch as we increase the lower back compression. Coming out of the posture, slowly lowering the legs and then the chest to the floor. Stacking the hands and resting the forehead on top. Encourage your body to deeply relax. Resting here before we move on to our next yin posture. Gently rolling over onto your backs. Moving into a deep hip opener called Half Happy Baby. Keep the knees bent as you get your back comfortable. Then lengthening both legs along the mat. Hugging your right knee into your chest. Grabbing the sole of your foot, or if too intense, the ankle or the back of the leg. Then drawing the knee in towards your armpit. Try and keep the left leg as straight as you can, pushing the heel into the floor and resting your left hand on top of your thigh. In Happy Baby, this is one of those postures where we actually use our arm strength rather than letting gravity do the work. As always, work within your range of limits and abilities. If the posture gets too intense, move into a softer modification or come back to just hugging the knee to the chest. Releasing the foot, hugging both knees into your chest. Let's repeat on the other side. Hugging the left knee into your chest as you straighten your right leg along the mat. Grabbing the sole of your left foot, the ankle or the back of the leg, and drawing your knee in towards your armpit. To help deepen the posture, keep your right leg as straight as you can. Observe your breath. The breath unites our bodies and minds. It can change the way we feel physically, emotionally, and mentally. It's super amazing how a little bit of yoga can make a difference. A little does go a long way. Releasing your foot and hugging both knees back into the chest. We will do a counterpose called windshield wipers. Releasing both legs to the floor, knees bent, feet out to the edges of the mat. Gently lowering your knees to the right and then drawing them over to the left. Repeating in your own time. Keep the shoulder blades pressed against the floor for this entire generous stretch, which you'll be feeling in the upper thighs and hips. Coming into stillness, knees remaining bent, feet and legs together, arms at your sides, crossing your right leg over your left, and if you can continue to twist your right foot under your left ankle. Join your knees into your chest, arms open in cactus, and dropping your knees over to the left towards the ground. Both shoulders grounded. If you're finding this too intense, to modify, you can uncross the legs to soften the posture, returning to a standard spinal twist. This is a great posture to not only nourish the spine, but also stimulate digestion, creating balance, and opening the chest, shoulders, and your upper back. Using your core strength to lift those legs as you roll onto your back, lowering the legs to the floor, keeping the knees bent and uncrossing the legs. Repeating on the other side, left leg over right, join your knees into your chest and gently and slowly dropping the knees over to the right, finding your edge and coming into stillness. Lifting your legs as you roll onto your back, uncrossing your legs and hugging your knees into your chest. It will feel really nice after that posture to rock side to side as we gently give our backs a massage. Come back into stillness and let's finish today's practice with Savasana so we can integrate the work we've done throughout the practice. Release your feet to the floor, lengthening your legs along the mat, letting your feet drop out to the sides. Arms by the side of the body, a couple of inches away from the torso, palms facing up, letting the fingers softly curl in. Tucking your shoulder blades into your back and making any final adjustments so you're completely comfortable. Letting the weight of your head drop into the floor. Relaxing the face. Relaxing the jaw. Letting your smooth, slow exhale help you to relax deeper. Begin to wiggle those toes, your fingers, stretching your arms overhead for a full body stretch from hands to feet. Really enjoy today's last stretch. Bring your palms together in front of your heart space. This is where I will leave you today. Thank you so much for joining me. See you next time. Namaste. If you enjoyed, don't forget to hit the like button below. And please help my channel by subscribing. It's all free.